Yeah, so he just married his lady, and you know, the celebration goes in. You know, I'm speaking on Kenya, on this particular one. So he's married his woman, and you know, Africans we always do, or Al Kebulan. Let me say Al Kebulan, not Africans, but he's from Kenya. He comes from Siaya County, if I'm not wrong, is where he's from. But he married his lady, boom. The interesting thing about this guy's wedding is that he has a big fan base of people in that particular location, and they're mad crazy about him. They're like literally mad crazy about him. They're mad crazy about him to the extent that when one of the helicopters was exiting, one of the fellas felt the need to jump, not even jump, to hook himself onto the helicopter. And it's like, bro, what are you doing? And you know, I'm not a fan of helicopters, number one. The reason I'm not a fan of helicopters is because if a helicopter's the engine goes, there's only one direction of it. With airplanes, it's got 4 engines, so you know they'll switch off one and they can keep thinking about what direction to go in terms of floating the plane. But with helicopters, there's not really any other option but dropping down. We saw that accident that happened to the Siemens manager, which is coming up very soon. The Siemens boss in New York, when he his whole family actually, they literally were gone from life, and that's the story of life. But anyway, this fella, he comes from the wedding celebrations or whatever you want to call them. He goes in there, blah blah blah, and then one thing leads to another. So all of a sudden, he's so like pissed off at the fact that he's not invited. So what does he do? He decides to jump the helicopter. Irrespective, it doesn't matter. This has nothing to do with the Kenyan stories of the tribal stories and stuff like that. However, Luo men tend to be very tough, and this particular guy, he's quite tough because he ended up hooking onto the helicopter and literally stuck onto it when the helicopter was flying out. Prior to it, the helicopter was actually what do you call it? The security came in and chucked him to the side, and the reason he chucked him, he was like, "Yo, get away." But this guy went back in, and you know, obviously the helicopter pilot, he was like, "Yep, it's time to go, time to go." He started fleeing away, and this guy's like, "No, I'm coming in." I think he wanted to be in the same helicopter with them, but it wasn't happening. Anyway, story of life goes left, right, center. Guy flew in there. I know. The last time I looked at it, the police are looking for him. Even if they find him, what can you charge him with, man? The man was excited. He was enjoying it. And you know, if it was me personally, despite the fact I'm not really a fan of helicopters, I'd say, bro, you did your thing. I'm not even gonna. What's the point of even arresting him, man? To be honest with you, what's the point of arresting him? He came to enjoy the second or two that Indah was enjoying. Whether he was enjoying it or not, that's another story. But anyway, people, that's my 5 minutes of this story. It's just the fact that I just always say, in Kenya, we always have somebody crazy ready to do the most craziest thing. Like, hook yourself on a helicopter. There was one that happened a few years ago. If I'm not wrong, it was during the political times in Kenya. And he ended up dropping off of it. So it was like, whoa, 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 whoa. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. But Prince Indah, congratulations to you. Whatever you're doing, all the best. I mean, your fan base is quite massive, and they absolutely love you to the point that they want to hook themselves up on helicopters because they're not invited in the helicopter. But obviously, you got to put your wife in the helicopter now. So he didn't understand that side of things. Anyway, folks, I'll leave it at that. Peace out.